Cool. Hi everyone. I'm here with John. He's a C3 trying to get into Grand Champ. Is that right?
Yep.
I feel your pain. Don't worry. My sage advice will save you the 5 seasons it took me to get from Champ 3 to Grand Champ. So, fingers crossed.
Jeez, that's a long time. I,
Yeah.
I went in twos. I made it in one season.
Oh, did
Like
you?
last season, I went. Yeah, I went C2, C3, then
It
GC on.
it must be the titanium white octane. I don't have a
As
titanium.
as
Yeah, you're just closer to a pro level player than I am, honestly. So.
it's all on the skins. All on the skins.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, if we're analyzing, right? Like you can look. Oh, you've got an animated decal. That's so very against the pro play. You do have the classic white titanium white Zombas, so I mean, that's a classic for an old pro. So all right, let's get into this. Okay,
That's good.
um, what do you think your strengths and weaknesses are?
Um, Strengths would probably be mind games. I would say.
Okay. Do you play once? Is that why you have mind games?
Not at all. I do not play ones at all. But I've
Okay.
always been good at faking people and stuff like all the way through the ranks.
It
Like,
certainly feels good. I'll
mhm.
get you that. Um,
Right. Weaknesses, I would definitely say mechanics because I'm still quite inconsistent. Like I've only got about 750 hours,
look,
so like
you're well
um,
ahead of what I had when I got in.
it,
I
it,
think
it take
yeah.
it's hard to be consistent. I've not played enough of the game to have mechanics consistently. I
No,
need to
no,
practice a lot more.
dude, getting to Champ 3, with, and you said you even got to Grand Champ once. Honestly,
Yeah, GC
a-
intos.
anything anything under 1,000 hours and getting into Grand Champ is very good. You're doing really well. So I'm sure we'll just be kind of figuring out because obviously mind games don't work as much in threes because you can just have a guy just run at you and charge you all the
Yeah.
time. So I understand your pain. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. That's a decent 50. Is there a reason why you do a front flip on your kickoff in
Um,
the
in all
at the
honesty,
end
I
right
don't
here?
usually. It's usually a side.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
usually yeah. It's usually a side flip.
Okay, cool. So you're trying to side flip to push the ball to your side, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
hmm
cool. Dude, my kickouts are probably a lot less solid than yours, so you got one thing going there. That's good. I have a question. Is there a reason why you decided to go for a demo right about here? Well, I'm
I don't
assuming.
know, but because I look at like I know as soon as I done that play, I went right. That was bad. You
I
know,
love demos.
it relies on my team to get this ball here, but and win this challenge. You know.
Yes. So you should only go for the demo if it's a free ball for your team. Okay.
Yeah. Which
Uh,
is why this is a
yeah.
bad play. I should have rotated back.
Look, I love
I
demos.
think.
I was
Same.
minorly Reddit famous and won a yearly GIF award for my demo play. So big fan, big fan. But you gotta realize when it's useful. Here, you're basically taking yourself out of play and using all the boosts that you've just stolen,
Yeah.
right?
hmm
And you don't even demo the guy,
Yep.
and you guys get scored on because you're not back.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll, we'll get past that anyway. Yeah, your kickoffs are better than mine.
Kickoffs are quite inconsistent, to be fair.
It's uh I wish I had your kickoffs. I should practice them. That's actually something that I think I struggle with, which is actually trying to practice how to get good kickoffs. Because the only time I really like focus on my kickoffs is if I'm playing ranked, and then it
Mhm.
just all goes to shit. But anyway, let's see. I feel your pain. You're playing with a party that is decided that it's 2v3. Um,
Yep.
so I can understand your pain. So the best way I've found to play with a 2v3 is either you go really aggressive or you go really passive. Depends on how you want to go about it. You can kind of be first man all the time. Go for bumps, go for a hit, go for bumps. Speed through, then get out, and then let them clean up with a two. With their twos, or you can sit back and kind of just throw the ball into their half most of the time. They'll still work in Champ 3 and low Grand Champ in threes. It's just how you want to play. Obviously, first minute, I'm guessing you're doing the same thing that I do when I solo queue, which is I kind of just chill out for the first minute and kind of see what they're doing, right?
Feel that was meant to be a fake challenge, but I turn away way too late.
Cool. All right, yeah. The fake challenge is a great idea, but as soon as he's on the wall, you can just get out, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Because you kind of lost 66 boost for your team.
Yep.
Honestly, your ball, from your perspective, understand you go for that. Good. Good demo. Good demo. I don't know if your teammates, if your team's gonna go aggressive because your teammate's just been demoed. Okay. Unlikely that he's gonna. Unlikely your other guy's gonna want to be aggressive. He should be aggressive, but he's not going to be because the one known quantity is gone from his life. So he'll decide, you know what. But yeah, I like the demo play there. Now get out.
And for that boost, I'm not getting the ball there.
Sorry?
I'm not able to make a play on the ball. Just rotate out.
No, I like it. I like it.
Simple.
My favorite part of what you've done so far is you're making confident decisions. That's the first thing that I find from people going from C3 to Grand Champ. They hesitate a lot. I'm glad you're making confident decisions. That's good. So far, at least.
Oh, let's hope it stays that way. I don't know if I hesitate or not,
So far, not. But obviously, you've been going for a shitload of demos. I don't know if I would go aggressive right here. I'd kind of chill out a little bit. If I think your teammate probably has this space covered, I'm assuming, right? So you don't actually have to cut in, right? Just kind of play, maybe sit a little further back, I would assume. Like, if I was in your position, I'd be like sort of here-ish. Maybe even going boost and then kind of like potentially going up the wall to try and tempt them to go up the wall. But I want to sit a little further back so that I can kind of cover a little bit more space, and you'll still get to this wall quicker than they will, right? So yeah, a little further back allows you to have that boost, allows your teammate to cover. Oh my god, why is he on the wall? Anyway, your teammate should be covering this area. Let's be honest, right?
That's assumed area.
Yeah.
I thought he was there as well when I'm playing this.
I understand. I understand that. Let's say this. He should be able to recover to control the area. Let's be honest, right?
Yeah.
Everyone at Champ 3 level has done enough to be at least, not brain dead, right?
Yeah.
So let's hope he's not brain dead. But you can see why being a little further back would have helped you out a little bit, just in case, because I don't like this turn in, turn out kind of stuff. I like going for a play when I know I can be more aggressive instead of turning in and turning out, because you just put yourself in awkward situations. I like the hard challenge. That's good. Little weak on the power side, I'll be honest.
Bad shot, but it went in luckily. So take it.
Your teammates, as long as you don't hit it in the middle, your opponent's not going to save that, so it's okay.
This, I think, is a bad challenge.
It's a bad. It's a weird 50.
I don't gain anything from it.
Yeah,
if I had it past them, it's their ball. If I do that, I'm not getting anything.
You kind of done a forward roll on your forward flip, right? You've done a forward flip, which doesn't get you closer to the ball, right? If you're gonna do that, you should be side flipping so that you push it past the wall, right? If you can, the idea here is you want to push this wide so that it goes in the center and your teammates, because they're all here, right?
Yeah.
So as long as you push it to the other side of the field, your teammate's gonna score. Okay. So know that everyone's here. Push it wide so that you can. You want to like almost pinch it so it goes back. Okay. That's the
Hmm.
good idea. You're killing it where all the opponents are. So bad idea. That's all.
Yeah.
Failed wave dash. Yeah, and because of all this, because of what you've done here, everyone's all the opponents are in a spot to be aggressive, right? So that's why they beat you to the ball. I wouldn't say it's really your fault though. Let's
I feel
try
like
to
he shouldn't have challenged, but like it's
let's play it back a little bit just so I can see what happens here. Yeah. Yes, I would agree that he probably goes for a ball he has no ability to get, but we can. What I will say is, if you had done what I had recommended, unlikely you would have got scored on, right?
yeah. Wouldn't have got scored on, and the guy that's in the bottom left of the screen could
Yeah,
have probably turned on it as well.
yeah. That's all I'm saying.
Hmm.
I I agree he screwed up, but in the end, you guys
Yeah.
all go down a goal, right? Like
Yep.
it's a you know whose fault it is, but you can't.
Yeah.
You lose the game regardless, right?
Hmm.
I don't know if the okay. Don't turn. I think you have a habit which a lot of people have is you just turn in the ball every time, right? You don't need to turn in the ball here. You should wait because you're third man, right?
Yeah.
So you turn on the ball. It means that you turn in again, right? And this means that you get beaten to this ball, right?
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
sit. You have a half. If you're facing this way, right here, right, and you're kind of continuing this way, you just have a half turn to get to this ball, right? Because you can
Hmm.
boost back a bit more to get yourself more space if you feel like you can't get to the ball, and then you can just instantly drive for the ball, right? So yeah, this double I don't know, drive in a circle, probably not the best idea. But I can understand you think your teammate might have a good play on the ball, but you're last man,
Hmm.
so you need to sit back anyway.
Yep.
Yeah. Awkward, very awkward swap for you. I'll be honest. Your teammates aren't really helping you here. I would say though, you probably, if you can, are you confident in the fly up and kind of get to this ball?
Confident in going for that, but I didn't want to clip the post on the way up. I was kind of like indecisive on going up or not because usually I just use the wall here, but I was unsure of how close to the post I was.
Yeah, I would say you did a bit of a weird kind of, I don't know, like you kind of lost all your momentum, which meant if this guy shot at your goal, you're basically screwed, right? Would
Yeah.
you say? So first mistake, then you kind of correct it because you've kind of over drifted, right? Overturned, and then there's no way for you to go up for this. But yeah, I understand. It's one of the most awkward balls. I struggle with it all the time. Oh my god, you guys almost scored. Is there?
Here my idea was just fake and take boost,
Okay,
let him hit it to my team.
that's a good idea.
But
No, you
my
got you got
teammates hit the boost.
you got 40 boost, but to be fair, I once you see there's no boost here around here, why aren't you coming in a bit and going for like one of the diamond, like one of the lines, right? As soon as
Hmm.
you see this boost not being here, right? This one
Yeah, I should
right
take the boost
here,
then.
right? Why aren't we going this way at least, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
you're gonna drive this line with no boost, and you're gonna just go all the way back and hope there's boost there. But this line is so much more efficient because it means you can get back in supply.
Yeah, and I would have full boost if I went the boost lane.
Yeah,
Yep.
there's no need to take yourself out of the play here,
Hmm. Yeah.
especially with 40 boost. I understand you're playing the passive role, which is good, especially when you're again with someone who's party together. What were you worried about getting dunked here? What's your thought process here?
I was worried about getting dunked. The hit I didn't try to hit as forward. I was more meant to put it to the side so that I can still control it.
Mm-mm.
Hit it more to the right than I did, but
Yeah. So
It's kind of end
I'm
up doing
guessing
it.
you're trying to go a little bit more this way, right? And
Yeah,
yeah. So I understand you don't want to get dunked here. Perfectly fine. But yeah, you got to be able to at least hit it where you want to hit it, right? This is
yeah,
definitely if you hit it here and here, it's a free shot and goal for sure, right? So
yeah.
let
Hmm.
let when we have a little bit more time and you've made the decision that he could dunk you here, let's face our car so that we're kind of on this line, right?
Hmm.
Let's commit to that and put it wide. It's an easy hit for you to hit it here and bounce it out,
Yeah,
but you kind of decided to kind of stay behind the ball, which honestly makes sense. But you should know that you're gonna beat this guy to the ball, right? So
yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
because throwing the ball right here doesn't really net you much of a play. You gotta know that your teammate's coming back here, right?
Yeah.
He's acting like he's gonna leave, but just let him go for the ball. Because worst comes to
Hmm.
worst, all that happens is you should go wide here so that you can kind of cover what's about to happen with this guy clearing, if he doesn't go for the ball, right?
Hmm.
So think about a couple steps where he's passing center. This guy probably will hit it here because it's quite easy. You just kind of sit bit back behind the halfway line. Let your teammate be aggressive because he's gonna for sure be aggressive. I understand it
Yeah.
sucks to miss out on the opportunity, but having you guys both here going forward means that you guys aren't really covering much of the field.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
should
Yeah.
have been aware from the start that these guys are kind of uh, linked together, right?
Yeah.
Because in the end, if you had done what I was doing, you'd be in a better position to attack this ball, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I like it, but I don't know if I'm. It's strange. I might have gone for a different thing. How confident are you in double touches right here?
I'm semi-confident, and I
Okay.
look at it now. I was, I didn't think I could get it by him and also get by him, like myself. If you get,
No, no, I
like,
understand. No, I can see that.
after I take that, he bumps me.
I think I might have gone for a wider over the wall kind of thing. I'd
Oh,
play it
mhm.
wide. I play it wide here. If I can go for the double touch, fine. But if I'm not, my teammate who's rotating out can probably go for the ball, right?
Yeah,
There's no need for you to play kind of like uh,
yeah.
hero
Force
ball.
myself in the corner.
You're
Hmm.
kind of trying to outplay everyone, but it's fine if you know there's an empty spot over here. You can hope that your teammate's good enough to hit off the backboard and score, right?
Yeah.
Instead of kind of going to the corner where there's no real play that you're gonna make from here, right? I love the fake,
Hmm.
but it's probably not productive right here.
Yeah.
At least you don't get dunked on, so that's good, right? Yeah. So nothing happens with the play. I do the same thing. It makes me feel sick watching someone else do it, just from like emotion. That's good. That's good. Um, I like that. I like that play. That's good. Um, with the information you had, if you hit it a bit harder down, so that really hit the corner,
Yeah.
then it really comes down. But the choice was a good idea. I think you're a little too close. As third man, you're still
Mhm.
playing too. You're assuming every ball's gonna go your way, right?
Yeah.
Like I mean, if we
Too
turn around,
optimistic.
right? Like, so
Yeah.
it's much better to
A
sit
lot
back
of
a
pace.
little bit more so you can continue ball pressure, right? You might lose out on the offensive a little bit for that play, but it allows you to continue it. You're so close, it means that like one of these BDS guys, right, can probably go for the ball, right? If it becomes this close, right? No matter what you play, you're gonna beat everyone to the ball because everyone's if they hit it, to the wide area, you're gonna beat everyone to the ball, right? Doesn't You don't need to be
Yeah.
this close, and then means that you can't really make a good play on this ball, right?
Yep.
I can understand, But I might have looked back a little for a second, right? I might have
Hmm.
gone off ball cam just for a second, looked at seen where my teammates are. So from your perspective, you know what? I would have gone for the ball. Okay, yeah. If this guy had been a little closer to here, I would have assumed that he'd defend it. But if you guys are all in the same spot, which you shouldn't be, it's a good idea to go up for this. But I might have played it to the right hand side if I could have, you know,
Yeah.
because putting it above your goal's not the best idea. I would play it to the right hand side so my teammate can get this boost pad right here, right? It's a shambles of a game. I'll be honest here so far.
Yeah. Most freeze games I play are quite like choppy. Like they're not
Yeah,
the best games.
yeah,
Unless I play in a free, like I
yeah.
play from a university esports team,
Oh,
and
do ya?
like we play in the British like esports league for universities.
Oh,
Right.
that's so cool.
So like playing with those guys, the games are a lot better.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like,
When you play ranked,
uh,
you gotta leave
mhm,
a little bit more space. Okay.
mhm,
When you're
yeah,
in comms, different story. But if you're in ranked,
yeah, it's a
leave
totally
just
different game.
it's
Hmm.
a different game. Play a little bit more spaced out. Okay. Not every
Yeah,
shot has to be, not every play has to be a winner, but you're sure as hell don't want to get scored on the other way, right? Oh, that's painful. Is there a reason why you didn't go up quicker? Right here.
not that I know of.
For me,
What can I?
I would know I can be aggressive because BDS, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know what the hell his name is, Zarex
It's on his way back.
is going back, right? So I can be aggressive. It's
Hmm.
fine. I just need to beat this guy. I need to beat literally this guy to the wall, right? So I have to go
I think I
quickly.
hesitate here because I don't know if it's hitting the bar again.
Ah, okay, cool. You know, if you can't judge it from this perspective, totally understand. But yeah, I'd probably be more aggressive because if I go more aggressive, this guy goes more aggressive, right? And then my teammate
Yeah.
has a free shot on goal. If we both miss, if I go
Yep.
aggressive and he goes aggressive, we both are gonna miss this ball, right? But it means that I
Hmm.
take out this guy, and then my teammate can come in and score. Okay.
Yep.
So it's both a mind game as well as as a way that you probably can score this. Because otherwise you both go for it at the same time, almost like you're synchronized swimming or something. Oh, I see backwards.
I don't. I didn't even see that when we were playing it. He reversed.
That stresses me out. I
What
will
the?
say you should be cutting here because your teammate's going for going back post. Okay,
Hmm. Right.
you should be cutting and trying to go here so that you can block off anything. Okay, because
Yep.
he's obviously
Right.
going this way.
Hmm.
You could take an extra flip to or an extra flip to know that he for sure confirming that he's going that way, but you should know by now he's going that way, right? You should be trying to cut off
Yeah.
what's about to happen here as quickly as you can. Both being in the same spot screws you both up, right? Just like that.
Yeah.
So even though you're probably not gonna actually hit hit this ball that's awkwardly flying out, right?
Hmm.
Right about here. Obviously, personally, I wouldn't have gone for this extra flip. You got 78 boost. You can use a little bit more boost, but you want to challenge quick so that you can block off what's about to happen here because guy could fly up from here and score, right?
Yeah.
Literally here, free shot on goal. So yeah, I'd be blocking this for all money, or at least trying to get to the ball as quickly as I can. If it looks like I'm gonna get to the ball, this guy's gonna back off because he's last man, right? So as long as I attempt to go for it, it's fine. As long because it doesn't matter if I miss. It just means that he doesn't. It prevents this shot on goal, and it probably means that other people are gonna try and get out. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense.
But yeah, dude, you're doing good stuff. I think you have expectations of your teammates that are potentially slightly too high. Okay,
Yeah. Hmm.
because you can always look at it from your teammate's perspective in a replay and see how they're handling what you're doing. It might be
Hmm.
a good thing for you to look at. Um, we might after this just have a watch through and see from your teammates' perspective how you look like you're playing, right? I'd go for a flick for sure. I don't go for the mind game here. If I can pick up like one boost pad, I go for the flick every single time, right? There's no point going for the mind game here because you're just buying time for them, okay? I go for yeah, for sure. You knew that was gonna happen, right?
Yep. As soon as I flipped, I'm like, oh, okay.
Say goodbye. You're coming too close. I think you've committed too hard to what you think's about to happen. Okay, personally.
Yeah.
You're last man. You don't want to go. You shouldn't need to go up this wall. You should be able to play off this. You should be able to get here earlier so you can actually get a shot and goal, right? Because you take all this time to get on this wall, get off the wall, and get out, you don't get a good shot and goal.
Yeah.
Little too close. Playing a little too close. Your teammate's number 2, you're number 3. Wide berths. Honestly, I'm surprised you got I'm honestly surprised you got such a good read on this. Because I thought you were gonna get dunked for sure based off where your opponent is. Were you thinking about that? Do you think?
My main thought was that if this gets dunked, it goes into our corner, where our teammate's going.
Okay. Fine.
It shouldn't be an issue.
I might have played it forward probably. I'd gone for the safe play and assumed that I try and kind of hit it so that it makes it so that this guy VX Randall right here gets the most awkward possible touch. Okay, because if I fire it directly at him, he's gonna kill the ball, and I can go for another challenge. That's my thought process.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of cut off your teammate there, but I can understand. But yeah. I don't. If you could read it, if you're in comms, I think it's a smart play. But in rank, I think you're just frustrating your opponent, your teammate.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand, but as soon as you see your two teammates hard committed, there's no way you can get a clear hit on this, right?
Yep.
So leave. Or at least face backwards on the hit, and you can always turn in if he gets a weak touch like that, okay? I think you probably have cut off your teammate again. I'm assuming.
Yeah, probably. Mm-hmm.
But I can understand you're getting frustrated about you guys not really getting much this time. How are you feeling in the middle of this so far, in terms of, while you're playing this?
I'm probably at this point trying to play more aggressive because we're a goal down, not much time left.
Okay.
Wanting to try and get a goal. Because if we don't score, we'll lose.
I understand. Let's not front flip here. I don't think there's a need to front flip here, right? You can afford to use a little bit of boost, so you're in control of your car, just in case this guy accidentally hits it weakly here, right?
Yeah.
You got 100 boost. You can chill. You can drive. It's fine. What's the thought process here? Right about here.
I thought my teammate was going to take boost. I don't see him hitting this. I don't know why I didn't see him hitting it, but
that's fine. He's hard to see on the
see him
ball.
either hitting this to backboard or leaving the ball.
So from my perspective, whenever I see my teammate come from here, I want to sit wide because I feel like he's going to clear it to our diagonal.
Yeah.
Right? The easiest hit to do from here is to kind of go like that way, right? Like this way.
Yeah.
The next easiest hit is to go here, so I want to be here. So I'd be facing my car this way, trying to get out here, but then able to turn around if he misses the ball, right? So
Yeah.
go this way, but be able to turn back if I need to. If he misses, fine, get back. But you want to at least 15 seconds to go, see if you can get into position to score, right? You coming towards the ball means there's no possible way that you guys score.
Yeah, no way I can score because he's just gonna hit it over me.
Yeah, but if you're a bit wider, potentially. But honestly, I'd have been amazed if you scored that. I like it. I like the aggression there. But yeah. All right, let's look at it from who do you want to watch it from? Which are your teammates' perspectives?
I don't mind either. They both kind of played the same.
Okay, let's look at Latonia because he. What a weird kickoff. So that's when you went for the demo, if I remember properly, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Obviously, first off, terrible positioning. You know, you don't want two of your teammates here, but yeah. Bad reads from both of them, but yeah.
For me, because I'm just nowhere.
Yeah, if you had gone back, you could have covered this in the time. Oh. He's a ballerina in the air. Oh man. I can understand why. Now I understand from that position. I think you were sitting back in goal. You're trying to figure out why he wasn't going for this. He kind of wastes a lot of boost in what he does, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when I looked at the ball chasing thing, like from because this was from a tournament.
Yeah.
In these games, both these guys used like double my boost all 3 games.
They're inefficient with boost. But you can see what this causes is they constantly are going for a boost. Makes them really awkward because this should be an attacking opportunity if he's, you know, not looking for a boost, right? But he kind of just plays it. Something you can notice though is he never looks for anyone else, right? Like you can see he doesn't look back, he doesn't look forward. He's always his cam is always on the you know, where the ball is, right?
Yeah.
So he's never really aware of where you are. But you can also see that none of your demos are very effective because you guys don't have any control of the situation, right? So no one ever wants to go forward. I should be leaving. He looked there. He looked for his teammate. You could definitely have scored that, but at least he hit it, right?
Yeah.
And then you guys scored, which is good. He made a hit so you guys could continue being offensive. I can sort of understand from his perspective. He doesn't. He probably doesn't see the guy. You know, he doesn't see. He sees no one's up, so he thinks he has to go for it. Yeah, it's almost like a lot of time thinking, right? Like there's a lot of game time here, so I can understand why he went for this. But yeah, obviously a bad idea. But I don't think that was something that you could have protected, except for the 50-50, I think, if I remember properly on that.
Yeah. If I get the 50 to bounce out, but it's very good for our team. We'll probably score off that.
Yeah. But obviously, you know, it's a 50-50 for a reason, right? He's very boost hungry.
Both the teammates are. Look, he's away for his other teammate just went for boost there.
Oh, fuck.
Wait, did he take the mid and the corner boost there? Wait,
I don't know.
Can you spec the other guy real quick?
You're talking about Zarex? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I look.
Okay.
Yes, he probably is. Okay.
Oh, right,
Okay.
right.
Okay.
So
To
he
be
uses
fair,
boost to go to that.
to be fair, he's denying the other team. If I had 90 boost, I'd still
Mm-hmm.
go for that boost pad, right? So like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not a poor decision if you're thinking about denying them boost, right?
Mm-hmm.
This one, he's very aggressive. He's doing something that you do, but he's not as mechanical as you. He's playing very close to the ball, so there's basically no time to get into a good position to challenge this, right? That's why he misses.
Yeah.
He's a little too close as third man, but I think he thinks that you're gonna try and make a pass to the middle, right? Which is makes sense, but yeah. I'd say this guy is probably low champ, if I had to guess. Or maybe higher champ in twos, I assume, from his play. He is trying to look for you, and he is trying to be in a position to be passed to, but it's a bad idea
Yeah.
to be in this place. Because for me personally, I'd be like, this guy doesn't have a chance of giving you taking it inside here. I'd be like, just I'll let my other teammate go for this because I feel like there's no real opportunity here, right? From my perspective, which he does, I guess. But he kind of ball watches. Yeah, he's letting you play for it, which is good. At least he was in position there, right? He was looking for what you're doing, which is good.
Also jumps to get out the way,
Yeah,
which is good. Instead of
he's respecting you. He's going too aggressive for a threes play right now. But honestly, most of the time, so far, it's just he's too close to the play, right? Most of the time, so he's not able to make a good touch on it. But he's at least trying to be in a place where you can pass to him. I should be leaving. He ball watches a fair amount, which is not really a great thing. But I guess there he's probably in comms. If I had to guess, this is a comms play right here, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, that we could be looking at a very different match if he scores that. He shouldn't be here though. He should be leaving because he's too close to the play again. He should let his other teammate BDS go in for the play, but that's okay. But he is trying to watch what you're doing to see if there's a play on it. But you know, because it gets a double hit with you and the opponent, it means that your teammates have a very hard time of trying to get to that ball, right?
Neither of these guys know how to half. They both reverse.
Yeah. Are they No,
they're duo.
No, they don't. I could see where this being like a. They don't position very well. They position like twos, if I'm honest. In terms of one of them's always on the ball, right? And they're very aggressive. Oh. You can see why this confuses your teammate, right? Right
yeah,
here.
I can see why that confuses.
Because honestly, the quick flick on the wall, hoping to hit the backboard, is a winning play every time because there's no one on the backboard, right?
Yeah.
He's not really thinking about your boost because he's trying to always be in a position where he can get back. Okay, that's why he's going for more boost than you'd expect because he thinks he has to defend every hit. You know?
Yeah.
Actually, was that your pass?
Yeah.
That was a good pass.
That's the passes I usually go for when I'm playing with teammates, but
Yeah, yeah. I mean, to be fair, would you expect this pass from your teammate in this level, right? Unlikely. I'd hope it, but I'd be much more likely that he's going for some stupid ceiling shot or something like that in that play. So I can understand why he wouldn't expect it.
Expect it, yeah.
He's going aggressive. You use, oh, you know, honestly, yeah. But to be fair, I think here you guys you should have scored this, or at least had a shot on goal right here, right? That's a weak hit.
Yeah.
You got time.
My position was bad
Yeah.
if I was further back instead of having to come up and then
Yeah.
turn.
Your perspective is very much twos based, except even in twos, I would constantly think about being further away from my teammate, you know?
Yeah.
Because I know there's no one behind me. It's kind of like two's level of aggression as first man in third man. It feels like sometimes. Oof. What a 50. He should be going up earlier, but it might be a hard read for him. His eyes are always on the boost, huh?
Yep.
It's either ball cam or boost cam. Yeah. I think he's thrown in the towel a little bit, and he's hoping that he could get a good touch here, but what can you do, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think you guys all kind of messed up chances a fair bit in this game.
We all had chances we could score.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, you spent like 4 minutes of the time having no goals at either side. So yeah, I think I love the mind games, but they need to. You need to be able to tell your teammate that you're doing mind games, otherwise he doesn't know what's happening, right?
Yeah.
And most of the time, the mind games will just kill time for the opponent to be able to get back. I do like the mind games, especially when it's like, for example, you're one-on-one or something like that. But most of the time, the best way is to make them use boost to be more awkward. Okay?
Yeah.
If you can get your opponents to be more awkward, it's likely that you guys will score on it. Because everyone on this level is able to defend a shot on goal, right? You'd say.
Yeah.
So I would say be mindful of how your mind games kind of might confuse your teammate. If you're third man, I constantly see you be a little too aggressive as a third man for a ranked game. Be a bit wider, gives you more options. Don't turn in on a 50-50, because the 50-50 could go badly most of the time. Especially if your opponent, your teammate, might not get to the ball. Because if you turn in, you likely have to turn out afterwards anyway. And you saw that you had like that two rotation thing that you did where you just drove in circles a couple times. Yeah, that's what kind of happens if you turn in assuming one thing. Yeah, I can definitely see why you said your third man play kind of is tough for you, right?
Yeah.
I think a little further. You just think of it as a little further back gives you more options. As soon as you drive closer and closer, you're committing yourself to one decision, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So that's it. Honestly, I honestly think you'll, based off what we're doing so far. I don't know what level of tournament this was.
Champ 3.
Was it Champ 3? Okay.
Yeah, that's a Champ 3 tournament.
Yeah.
My ones is still in. No, not my one. My threes is still in Champ 1 right now, and the games just feel extremely slow, and I feel like I'm spectating most of it because I'm just watching two teammates ball chase.
Yes. If we're bringing this into the champs, do you want to rank up in threes, or is it just three, or just tournament? I'm just trying to figure out what your perspective is on here.
Well, I want to ideally rank up in both. I'm not really like I don't care about rank, but more I just want to verse better people and play at a better level
Okay.
more often, especially since the league that
Yeah.
like we play in with university.
Yeah.
Nearly like as much as we are like champ two. Well, one of us is GC and
Yeah.
freeze because he actually plays the game.
Yeah.
But the other two of us are champ one, champ two.
Yeah.
Every game we verse, we're against grand champ one, grand champ two teams.
Yeah.
Like,
S- So I
and we
would say,
can put up a fight. I want to get to the point I can play and get
yeah,
more practice
I
against
think
that
you
with
need to get
opposition.
you need to rank up to get better practice, if that makes
Mm.
sense. So
Yeah.
yes, you can consider yourself not, wanting to improve yourself to, get better your personal skills, but until you start constantly playing against those types of people, it's harder to see what they're about to do, right? Um,
Yeah.
so I would say play a touch, so as you go higher and higher rank, you can be more and more aggressive as third man. Okay, unless your teammates have both committed hard, etc., etc. Right? But around this level, I would say you want to play a little bit more passive as third man and just throw the ball back into their half. Okay, a little bit
Yeah.
better. Play a little further back than you assume, because it's much better to keep the ball in their half and for them, because their defense is probably worse than their offense, right? So
Yeah.
if you throw more opportunities at them, it's less likely they'll be able to defend. That's all I would say. If you want to rank up to play against better people, play play a little bit more passive, especially third man, because I think you've squandered a few opportunities here that you could see, right?
Yeah. Definitely a few opportunities. Should be getting at least a shot on goal.
Yes,
Right.
you're going
I
so
gave up with
close.
being too aggressive.
You're
Hmm.
going so close, so you have to drive away from the ball to get back to being where the ball is. So yeah, that's it. I
Hmm.
think in terms of your obviously I didn't see you shoot very much. I think in terms of your mechanics, they seem pretty on point. I think it's just that positioning issue that you have so far. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that's about it. Do you have any questions?
Um. See for demos, like, would you say it's useful to demo people on the way, like
If you're in,
rotating back,
yes, it,
demoing their second one?
if you're talking
Like,
about demoing, like you go here and you,
it doesn't really happen. I don't know if it happens much in this game. Oh well, if I
yeah,
do it in this game,
you're talking about
but
here, right? You're talking about this area right
no,
here.
no, no. Us defending, us defending.
Oh, you
If
mean?
we're defending and I'm rotating back to my team, demoing the
Yes.
player looking for the pass.
Uh,
When should I and shouldn't I go for that?
if you're close to them, demo them or bump them. That's fine. Especially third
Hmm.
man. If you're able to demo third man, it might be a free goal on your side.
Yeah,
But you shouldn't out it only if you're covering back, if that makes sense, right? If you're covering
yeah.
back, going for that demo on third or second man is good, but
Hmm.
you have to also think you're relying on your teammates who at this level aren't really defending very well. Uh,
Yeah.
you know, to make good mechanical decisions, right?
Hmm.
And yeah, it's I'd far rather I'd far rather that you kind of cover and become a defensive stalwart at least at the start to get up the threes ranks to high champ
Yeah.
3, low grand
Hmm.
champ, because the type of play will slowly change and then you can kind of adapt to it. But at this level, you're kind of trying to play like you assume your teammates are grand champs,
Yeah, yeah.
but they're not. And you see a
Hmm.
lot of mistakes happening, and just play off the mistakes. You can play off the mistakes at all the way up to low grand champ, honestly, and it's much simpler, especially if you're solo queuing, to do that. The
Yeah.
demos are nice, but that only really happens when your opponent you're not able to score at any point. They have like rock hard defense.
Yeah.
The only
Hmm.
time I tend to go for demos is when I'm rotating out or rotating back,
Yeah.
as in trying to get the demo on the guy on goal line and then leave as quickly as I can. Because every time I go for a demo, that means it takes one player out of the rotation for a second from my side. That means I have to leave as quickly as I can so I can get back into rotation, right?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, bumping third man, as in like third man or second man, as you're coming back, perfectly valid.
Right. Cool.
Anything else?
Uh,
I didn't
Not
really
really,
see
no.
much of your mechanics, so I can't really comment on that because it
Yeah.
was mainly.
I mean, my mechanics, like, one day they'll look good, one day they'll look bad.
Do you
Like,
do any
it's
do you do any warm up at all?
yeah, I usually play a training pack by I think it's Paquito. Ultimate warm up. It's like 5 shots of it'll be shadow defense, backboard defense,
Okay.
um, and then you'll have some plays where you need to dribble, some aerial shots, just
Okay.
kind of
No, I understand.
every all around mechanics. And then I play in free play for about 5-10 minutes, practice dribbling and flicks.
Cool. I mean, I would say for me, what I tend to do is I'll do. It might help you out. I do half of this pack, but it's a randomized half of this pack until I feel confident with it.
Yeah.
So I'll go like,
Mhm.
okay, let me just practice shooting. I'll go next one. All right, let me try it again. Let me take this up the wall. Let me try this one. All right, maybe I'll go for an air dribble here, or maybe I'll go for a just getting my bounce hits and timing my hits, and just kind of warming up, where the hitbox is. And then this one I'll just fly up. But yeah, I'll tend to go for like half of this, so it's like 25 shots, and then I'll do what you do, which is trying getting those ball touches in a little bit more. Yeah. If I'm playing ranked, this is what I'll do all the time. It substantially makes me a lot more confident in my hits. I can't comment on your hits because of the gameplay that we saw.
Yeah.
But I can just comment that your positioning is a little off for your rank.
Yeah.
I could see how it could be useful in a party playing against other teams. Do you guys get wins off other like Grand Champ teams?
Yeah, at the same time, like when we verse teams that are like higher, we definitely get beat like quite hard. Like see if we verse like SSL opponents.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, we've not got much of a chance.
No, I feel you.
Like I think the best score we've got against SSLs is like 3-1 or something. Like
no, I understand.
it's just
at a certain point, mechanics can't beat teamwork. I mean, teamwork can't beat mechanics. I understand. But yeah, I'd say if you wanna help out your team, you need to get to that level on your ranked or tournaments to be able to consistently play against those guys. And ranked is probably easier just because you can play that whenever you want, right? Versus ranked.
tournaments you can't play. Yeah, it's just ranked. It takes a lot longer to level up, and you can't exactly control how the games go a lot of the time. And freeze and solo queue.
You can. You just need to give your teammates a bit of a wider berth.
Yeah.
That's all. You might even start realizing as you give your teammates a bit of a wider berth and you're watching the game a little bit more, you can understand what they're doing and just throw the ball to where they are,
Yeah. I definitely win more than I lose, but I feel like some games you just lose them and you're like, I've done a lot. Like how have I lost that? Like you will have mistakes, and everyone makes mistakes, but like sometimes you just can't with your teammates. Like
yeah, I understand.
I know what you mean.
But I will say
if I look at my game, if I play more passive and look at everyone through a wider lens, then yeah, I will definitely win more games.
All I'm gonna say is if I go into a slump and I get into like low champ 3, I simplify what I do to a point where I start feeling confident in what I play, and then I add complexity back into it. You get the basics right first, and your basic gameplay. Simplify what you have to focus on, and then you automatically feel better and able to perform. That's all I would say. I understand. It might feel a bit boring, but until you get to that level where you're consistently in high champ 3, high grand champ, you need to get to that level to be able to get there. Or if you want, you should probably be partnering with people and just get up there,
Yeah.
If you have friends that play Rocket League.
So that's the biggest problem. I don't really play Rocket League too much.
Oh yeah?
Like, yeah, I play it, once or twice a week.
Yeah,
like,
I can understand that.
That's where the biggest thing is. Like, I don't play the game enough. I know that's my biggest problem.
No, that's fine.
A lot of time.
There's other games and things you have to do. If you want, maybe you should be scrimming other teams then. If you can't, you know, if you can't play ranked enough to grind up there, then you guys should be scrimming. You guys scrim other teams?
Not really, because Joseph, who's a sub, and Morgan, who's the other team member, the two of them are really busy during the week.
Oh yeah.
One's medical student.
Yeah, yeah.
And the other's as much as he's computer science, he's third year, plus he's got like work placement and stuff to do.
Yeah, yeah.
So like,
okay.
two of them are quite busy.
Yeah.
Not much time to scrum, sadly.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it depends on how you want to attack it. Then it kind of seems like.
I guess you could always look for 6-man servers, but
yeah, you could.
Stuff.
Maybe that's the way. But yeah, I would say if the easiest way is just to rank up and then play rank, just so that you understand what the capabilities of a Grand Champ are, you know.
Yeah.
And be able to understand, you know, what you have to be worried about. But yeah, it depends on that, you know, how much time you want to work on something, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I can only say from your gameplay that as third man you're kind of lacking. Yeah, honestly, I think you'd be lacking in your third man play for your team play. You know, like when you're playing against other college things, because you're way too aggressive as third man. Third man almost never go for a play unless he's got a free hit on the ball, you know, or has a good 50. But I see constantly you're pushed up in their half, maybe even in their first quarter, right? A lot of the time, just because you're just driving forward, right? So maybe that's something
I'm driving forward too much.
Cool. All right. Well, let me stop this recording, and we'll call it there then.